You know what? I like AoE 4 too. What's up, Anatan? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Age of Empires 4 action. We are back on board for more Anno Chad action. This time going up against Ruland on the Rus. That's fitting. Who's Ruland, you may ask? We're trying to figure that out. This is the Smooth Operator account by the looks of it. But they are a Finnish player. They are not Kiljadi. We know that because Smooth Operator already faced off against Kiljadi before. So either we have a brand new face cracking into the top 100, or this is the return of a legacy player. Someone like, for example, Mixu comes to mind. Right now, this Ruland account is ranked 119th in the world. By comparison, Anno Chad is 26th in the world. Dude, I actually love Anno Chad's rise, man. This guy just has been on the grind, has been improving. Stride by stride. I mean, I'm hoping we're going to see some decent runs in the upcoming EDC tournaments from him. He's definitely been putting in the hours for it. I think Anno Chad may have even found some time to play a little bit of Stormgate alongside it. So, let's see what he can do with the Ayubids. I think Ayubids are still kind of a little bit of a question mark. A lot of people actually wondering what is the optimal build right now with the Ayubids. I actually have a pretty interesting take on it. And I think that we've seen some interesting experimentations towards it already. For a start, it kind of involves playing a discount Abbasids in the early game. And then in Castle Age, funnily enough, I think Adabegs could actually have relevance. We just aren't seeing it yet. So let's see if maybe Anno wants to get a little bit creative here. Opening is coming out already. It's going to be Kremlin on one side and... What? Okay. Those are the spicy meatballs I'm looking for. Anno Chad is going Feudal Age Culture Wing. Are you not entertained? So why do I like this play so much? Because you can still rush Castle Age. And the funny part is if you rush Castle Age, this is no different than when an Ottoman player rushes Castle Age with Imam points. When you hit Castle Age, you're already going to have your dervishes out on the relics, ready to return them. It's a little bit risky up against the Rus because they could have knights coming out and punishing you. But the alternative play as well is if you see your opponent is trying to be a bit too greedy, more greedy than you're trying to be, it has a similar effect to the Imams again, where you can actually just show up and mass heal a Feudal Age army. This is cool, man. Looking forward to seeing which way he's going to go. On the other side, this Ruland has not secured stone. So if this is a play for multi-TC, there are risks associated with this. Looks like they actually have got a pretty desirable area to drop a TC over here. So let's say that the Ayubids decide rather they're going to go all in. Could be very problematic for the Rus. Looks like actually at the end of it, he did get a reasonable amount of gold haul, right? Got what he needs for Wheelbarrow, got what he needed for the Kremlin. So a nice timing here. Also going to be quick on the tech up as the Rus always are. But Blue, not too far behind. Only 30 seconds lagging in the dark behind what Red is going to achieve here. And I'm curious, is this going to be... There's no way you go Adabegs. You could. Like, I mentioned Adabegs could be really sick here. Like, Adabegs in Castle Age means you actually just beat the Rus at Cav games. Because you go Camel Lancers while they go Knights, and Boys Fortitude sucks in comparison to the extra 20% health on a Lancer. Alternatively, we could be looking at a pretty solid play into Growthwing here. But he's already exhausting the berries in a way that suggests otherwise. Either way, it is going to be a rush towards Castle. Dervishes are out and on the move here. And I believe he's trying to hide this. The ballsy thing about what Anatan's doing here is he's making this play against the Rus, which is dangerous. The reason it's dangerous is because this Civ always has so much information on the map. 3 scouts means it should be very difficult for you to hide this information. We'll see if he's able to do it. Wide flank play. Oh, man. Dude, that tree line, are you kidding me? Oh, well played. Well played, sir. Hiding at the tree lines. He's not going to be seen here. Now, remember, it can't be advanced wing. He did take the logistics wing, so he's not going to get the faster Castle Age here. This is still a very strong play. First Knight is coming out, but what a gamble here. Anatan is playing very risky. Ruland hasn't done anything about this. Like, okay, so here's the bonkers part. And it's why I love this so much. They added these icons that tell you, like, what the age up is. Do you remember what this sign is? Do you know which one it is? You know it's a culture wing, but does Red know that it's a culture wing logistics play? Or do they just think it's an advancement wing? Which, because advancement makes a lot of sense, right? Get it out of the way, still get a low discount here, get a tech up quicker. It's out of the way, you'll still go for some bed and castle. So instead, they're going to constrict the map. The problem is the dervishes have already broken out, and you can't break in. You've got a knight, right? You can have a second TC behind this, great. However, your opponent is going to return the two most difficult to access relics on the map straight away. And you only have one knight. How do you stop this? You don't. So you better have a quick plan in this mid game to pivot, because Anatan has been quite creative here. Growth Wing is now on the way. So he's going to go for the extra villages after all. Pretty smart play actually in this matchup, considering you know it's going to be second TC. And the second TC is so delayed that this is a big eco lead for you now. You're going to be able to get your hands on 8 villages immediately. On top of that, you can have 2 relics immediately coming home. This is going to inflate you at a faster pace than what the Rus are capable of. What a sick detail, man. A little bit surprised he did exhaust some of the berries. I don't like that detail, but it's only 2. He's still going to get the extra 100 food here, so extra 400 food safe. He still has the flank berries to play with up to the north side. Just needs to break out first. Oh my god. Red is going to be scratching their head watching this replay back, I swear. Raxes are being dropped now. Makes a lot of sense. Smart play from Red, right? You know you're up against Fast Castle. You know it's going to be Lancers, so you need to protect yourself. Unfortunately, this kind of backfires for you, right? It means less mid-map momentum, and that means more relics going the way of blue. Horseman is going to ride in, but not able to find a kill there. Has got one knight to play with, but he doesn't want to dive that in and lose it as well, so he's just busy guarding on the food in the meantime. We are just 30 seconds out, folks. I do hope that he has rallied the... Yeah, he has, thank God. Could you imagine if he accidentally rallied them out into the berries with a knight here? That would be a catastrophe. So second TC online. Red, this is problematic, buddy. I mean, it's just so unorthodox as well. That's the thing. That's what I love about what Anna's doing here. I think finding additional builds that work that might not always be optimal is actually a very smart play, because it's similar to the logic behind why Fast Castle was so good. Players had to anticipate it was going to happen, and that's why they were able to counter it, because they played from the beginning of the game as if it was going to occur. But if you don't know about this build, you don't even make the alterations to counter it. And the timing on which Anatan moved out, and now the way that he's moving back with these relics, means he won't be seen until 2 relics have been dropped in his base. At that point, it's too late to say, I'll guard the relics. At that point, it's easily going to be 4 relics secure for the Ayyubids. Spearman now on the way from Red. Camels are coming out. But the Spearmen are really spread here, guys. This is not a great way to use your spears. If they're spread out like this, they can easily get sniped down. Same with the scouts. Like, Camel Lancers will take these units on one by one. And running away sometimes feels like the worst thing you can do. In fact, that's going to be an insta-death. Ooh. Oh, that was so close. So he's just going to run past. Spearman now bait to chase after him. But that frees up the space, and Red just got the bad news.
Now you're my sugar daddy.
Imagine you are Ruland in this game, and you're like, I have full control, and then this just comes through. Big shout out to Tips the Raid, by the way. Appreciate you, buddy. We are watching a logistics feudal age build from Anatan, and it is impressing. 2 relics already back at the base at the 10-minute mark. And Red is hard stuck in feudal age. Oh, man. What a play. What an insane play. And thank you, Fat Bop, for the gifted sub. Appreciate you, buddy. Dude, he's even got... What? The aggressive relic play? He goes to the most risky one on the map here. The one that he shouldn't be able to get right now. That was a little bit too greedy for Mano. If he just plays the flanks, these 2 relics are so easy to grab. I don't know why he's rushing for that central one. He maybe thought that Red was teching up, but we can see that's not the case. Oh, man. Lancers now moving the south side. This TC's been up for a while, right? So, yep, it's got 15 villagers here, which means you are not safe. He hasn't even taken the villager lead yet. Oh, my God. I mean, I wouldn't blame Red for just GGing out at this stage. This is looking ugly. He needs to get in the base. He needs to blunt this. Spearmen do try to dive the outpost, but that doesn't work out. At least gets the Dervish for it, but look at the Camel Lancer numbers. 7 compared to 13 spears. That's the kind of number pacing where actually Lancers can fight back. And these villages are getting annihilated. Because at least idling out, losing a camel here or there, but it's totally worth it to shut down the food source right now, as that's most of Rulin's income. He has actually moved up on the ford to gather deer from the enemy side of the map, which is a pretty smart move here. But this can't last forever. At some stage, you have to choose to tech up. The problem is, by the time you do, is Anatan going to have an army that can end you? Because he's already getting ready with the double archery range drop. Oh my god. Well, funnily enough, we do still need to see a mosque built here. I don't like that Anatan's not being greedy enough. He has 600 wood. Yeah, please. Wait, what? Anna's like, this build's broken, man. I can't garrison the relics. That would just be unfair. Finally, the mosque has been dropped. There we go. Okay, there it is. I'm being blind. Admittedly, he had sat these relics here for quite some time. Whoop, army outnumbered, though. Uh-oh. Archers needed right now. Archers needed right now. He's house. Uh-oh. Wait, is he not building any? Okay, finally one goes up. Some more archers now coming out. But the flood through continues. Red! Oh my god, that housing issue. The no Wololo as well. Red idling out the base now. Anatan may have gone a little bit too crafty for himself. Villagers idled out. Over 30, just not working right now. The Spearman dive continues behind this. Red is starting to save up quite a bit of resources, so Castle Age is getting closer. And now he does have the eco lead. Meanwhile, Anatan with a grand total of no relics garrisoned. Oh. But on the positive, he doesn't have to worry about housing anymore. Come on, are you kidding me? After the beginning of this game and how good it looked, there's no way it ends like this, right? There's no way. It's looking bad right now. I know, he's trying to play for a second TC. The Knights have at least been cleared up. There are some more coming, but they're going to be too late. So it looks like Ruland won't be able to end the game here. That was shaky, though. Oh my god, I can't believe you almost had him. Ruland is actually investing in a new army, and I think this is the mistake. Like, if you just go for tech up now, it makes more sense. I think this double down to try and end the game, it might seem like a good idea because Anachad is being greedy, going for a second town center, but now that he's got archers in the mixer, a few camel lances is good enough. Like, your knight count just got reset completely. And now we're also talking about free relics finally being garrisoned. All of a sudden, there's extra gold trickle there. That means extra lances, extra blacksmith upgrades. I don't like the fact that Ruland's still all in. I like that they went in once, but I do not like the fact they were not taking up behind this. Type of detail that can cost you a game, folks. Type of detail that is probably going to cost him this one. Food being gathered. If he had blocked that TC, it would have been worth it. But the problem is, like, he threw away the entire army underneath the TC, right? And out of time aside, like, the cost to that dive may have been a bit too dear. Anno being raided. Knights will at least force some villagers away, but the Camel Lancers able to engage there as the Spearmen are split, and Archers now moving for the poke. They are vetted up. They've got upgrades coming in. And people asking who is Ruland, we still do not know. We believe they are the owner of the Smooth Operator account, which shows up as Finnish, but we know it can't be Kiljadi because Kiljadi played against Smooth Operator. So there's someone else from Finland partying. It could be Mixu's return to AoE 4, but I doubt that. Lancers now get pinched. They get sandwiched by the Spearmen. That actually may be worth it here. The heal's coming through. Archer's trading out against this. It's going to be a heavy loss on both sides. A weird fight from Anatan. I believed him for a second. And I was wrong to. For some reason, he allows the Spearmen to envelop him. Oh my dear God. Archers. I mean, they can win this out long-term, right? There's only one knight left over here, mass spears, so veteran archers should clear this up. An expensive fight again for Anatan, and once again, a heavy idle eco situation. Oh my God. I mean, I figured he had some sort of plan there, something I just couldn't see. I thought maybe you go in with the Lancers and then you garrison the TC after a shift out. That would have been big brain. If Anatan had done that, that would have saved the Lancers and got them away from the spears and exposed the spears to the archers. But instead, he just loses archers, he loses Lancers. Ruland gets a great trade, and now with 9 knights, 7 spearmen, this choice to continue feudal aggression is starting to pay off. Finds the berries on the north side. No play south either. I mean, there's no food left. I know that throwaway Lancers may just cost him the game. He can just about afford to go archers, maybe. Oh, this is over, guys. I can't believe this, man. I don't know who Ruland is, but I want to. This guy's got some talent. Not many players would have chosen to keep going like this. A lot of players would have actually instead chosen to go for the Castle Age after they saw the push away, after the dive in the TC. This choice to double down, understanding how little food Anatan had left, was a fantastic read. I mean, I said this can't be Kiljardi, but I'm genuinely starting to worry if it's wonder if it's Kiljardi. Because this guy plays with the aggression of Kiljardi. Outpost is at least going to go up, but more losses. That's now a 15 eco lead. Ruland is not letting up. 13 knights. I mean, you need spears, but you've got 60 food. Oh my god. What? Oh no. I think he cancelled it. But that's besides the point. Even with the Camelanese debuff, there's just too many knights here. Even with the fact it's castle versus feudal, there's too many knights. Spearmen chase away the camels. Knights wrap once again on the archers. Anatan refuses to give up. He refuses to surrender, but I think you don't have a say in the matter anymore. Villagers getting pinched on the wood line. Lancers are now going to move in, but the numbers are just getting ugly here. 3 Lancers in total. There's 4 knights remaining in this fight. There's more to come behind this. And although it looks like every time Anno's just about holding on, you need to remember he's running out of resources. Golden food is getting desperate here, folks. Oh my god. Dude, what an insane game. I can't believe how good this looked for Anatan and how quickly it fell apart. And, you know, you gotta, like, I'm actually racking my brain right now wondering where exactly it went wrong. I think this is more like praise to red than it is criticism of blue. That double down was phenomenal. That triple down was fantastic. And now, with high trade house on the way and the damage he's done, this game looks almost unrecoverable for Anatan. Big shout out to Das Micro. Respecting the micro of red coming in with the prime. Make sure you pump those prime subs across on the Twitch side, folks. Because who knows? Anatan seems to believe there's still a shot here. I'd hate for an ad to come up for you guys the moment he strikes back. Because he's trying. Lancers riding around the flank. High trade house on the way. And oh, baby. I don't think it's better than the primary wood line if you delete the lumber camp. But this will be decent. Get your numbers in, folks. How good is that one going to be? I mean, it's going to be like a... I think it's like one... I want to say like 148, maybe? We'll see. Ram, in the meantime, is going to clear up the forward wooden fortress, but all the resources are already taken. I mean, this is a game where you're full food starved right now. You've got one farm cluster, and that's not going to be enough to get you through the Dark Night here. Has moved on the deer on the south side. Has gone unnoticed. Camelot, in the meantime, have rode into the secondary TC. But only 3 of them here, and against double defense, I'm not sure how much they'll be able to hang around and kill. I mean, credit to them, actually. With the Undermesh level 1, they're doing a lot of work. On the flip side of it, though, Lancers, or Knights rather, have ridden into the berry area again. Let's check, how's that high trade house done? 165 gold. That's a pretty good one. 55 trees in range. All my doubters, you didn't believe. Okay, this game is looking really good. There's still 2 relics up for grabs as well. This is the moment where Anatan can try to strike back, though. Like, there's a very big eco. There's not many places to hide it. And because you went for that tech up, you made yourself a little bit weaker on army count, right? So if there is a moment where Anachad can turn the game, this is it. But he needs to be fast. Camel Lancers need to hit hard. Villagers have got textiles, though, so it makes it difficult. They are going to dent in, but the second line of knights is problematic now. Upgrades are in, right? So even the Camelanese, they hit much harder in this matchup. And they get freebies. Archers hang around a little bit too long here. Lancers outnumbered. I think this is going to be a pushback. Spearmen now pushing in to just deal with the remaining camels. Once they're gone, the archers will not last long. Second wave trying to come through, but it's a trickle of troops right now. Lancer count needs to bolster. The problem with that is you need more food. And although he's got it temporarily, remember, this deer is not forever. This berry is not forever. And the farm count is still only at a very pitiful 10. How does Anno really pull this off? Because at the moment he has 1.5k food income, which is nice, but that, like we just highlighted, is not long-term, right? Like, he's exhausting the berries next to the TC. Once they're gone, there's going to be big gaps in the plan here. So he needs to make sure these Camel Lancers keep trading well. That's going to get much more difficult. Crossbows are now getting added in by the Rus. Men-at-Arms as well. Oh my. And folks, this is not Abbasids. This is not composite bows. These are just standard bog standard archers. They don't do much. They do die fast. Dude, what a read. We're so late into Castle Age as well. It's really surprising to see this play. Typically someone has a counter, but of course there was no reason for Anatan to go for crossbows sooner. He didn't have the food to anyway. So great read here. Gives a nice stab back for Ruland. Anno is at least going to get time to get crossbows together, but the follow-up is what's going to matter here. I'm wondering, does Ruland consider going into, say, horsemen plus crossbows? This is taking so long to just kill one. How the hell... Wait, okay. How has he got 2 dervishes and the 2 remaining relics have not been played for yet? Also, wait, what? Wait, where's the 3rd relic? What? Oh, it got yoinked away, I guess. Wait, what? No, he... Did he use this to heal? I'm so confused right now, guys. Ruland didn't take this relic. Anatan took it out at some point. Oops. Crossbow Knights continue to push back against this. I mean, Anna's starting to lose some significant ground here. The other issue is the crossbows are circling to the back of the formation when he retreats. They're actually the first thing to die. It's quite the awkward micro. I think Anatan needs to peel them into 2 groups and keep the archers ahead of the crossbows, just so that you never lose the one unit that can win you this game. Because right now you can see Rhythm just runs in and he targets down the crossbow first. Food income starting to reset for both players. Berries are moved on to moved onto rather than the north side. No mill though. Oh. Guys, no, this is fine. This is a new strategy, just like the Feudal Age logistics strategy from Anatan. There's a reason behind this choice. It's optimal for reasons that I can't explain. No, the mill's on the way. Okay, so that's some awkward idle time in a game where you're out of food. That may seem like a nitpicky detail, but you have to remember the other side. These farm clusters are coming up fast for Ruland. Up to 34 farms already, compared to the 22. And wait, was Ruland another player, Crackety? Was he maybe a player I forgot about? Because we were just talking like, it's not Kiljardi, we know that, because this is probably the owner of the Smooth Operator account, and we know Smooth Operator has played Kiljardi. It's a different person. I think you might be right now that you mention it. I feel like I have seen this name in the very early days of Age of Empires, but like, I don't remember them being insanely high ranked back then. We're raiding on the farms, but man, this is getting worrisome. I think Anatan needs to catch up ASAP. Only at 22, it just doesn't feel good here. He's now only getting his hands on fertilization. Ruland doesn't have it, of course, but with more farms and the fact that he's got the bounty system is just a bit more efficient at this. You can already see it in the food numbers. I'll try and be moving up there, but there's a mangonel coming here. Keep on the flank. Okay, so that's going to start to shut down some shenanigans. Looks like Ram has moved in on us lonesome, but no one to support it. More Lancers are trying to wrap around. I'd actually love to see Ruland set up a short wall here towards the trade post to force all attention towards the keep. Gonna be too late if he tries to move for it now, though. Horsemen, meanwhile, lead the charge. Limited spearmen here to defend against them. I actually can't believe how close this game is after all this happened in this game. This is insane. I mean, after Anatan's opening and then Rulin's follow-up, like, this should have been over both ways at different points, but now we reach a kind of 50-50 coin flip stage. Both players having things go for them. Anno not quite able to get that 5th relic, though. Army once again getting pushed back. And now Rus Archers being added in. No veterancy just yet. The Mangonel's also coming through, which is trying to hold the fight hostage. And no Springalds being built up either. Anatan, he could just build them in the field if he had time, but the relentless aggression coming in from Ruland is stopping him from doing so. And although you do see a military lead now for Anno, keep in mind that this Mangonel is worth like 20 military in this fight. There isn't anything right now to snipe it. Lancers are at least going to idle out the second TC again. Army continues to dive. Ruland. What I don't like about this right now is he needs to get some more funnel points up. I like the walls on the north side, but nothing on the south means these raid-throughs are actually chipping away at the eco lead. At one point, I think Ruland was like 20 plus ahead. Now look at it. 10 between them. Is Ruland... Wait, is he macroing up? It looks like he's playing towards Imperial here. I hope that's not the case, because I think it's way too early in this game for that. It's the type of move that could kill you here. Like, Anno has already shown a bigger army. It might work out, right? Because we're actually seeing Anatan not move out. But, like, that's quite the gamble to take. You don't have the information we do to inform that choice. Oh, my dick. What? That is one of the wackiest walls I think I've seen someone try to do on Gorge. He's so greedy. It's so unnecessarily greedy. Because he's trying to get the stone and gold, but like the chances of this wall working are so low. If it does go up, great. All of a sudden, Anno only has 8k gold to play with and nothing else. It's a big if. I say nothing else. He has got 4 relics, right? But like, if you want to surge gold, you have no other options but that 8k. Pass in the center. Ruland, dude, you need to spend, man. You need to spend fast. He's finally pumping for Horseman, but look at the resources he's got in reserve. This is way too much food. He needs to be up at 200 pop already. He should already be up at 200 pop. If I click on this blacksmith and see military academy has not been taken, I'm going to lose it. Come on. Against the Ayyubids as well, a civ that guaranteed has Golden Age 3 at this stage. They have the production speed. This is a critical blunder. Raid now comes into the farmlands. Oh my god. No, Ruland. Not like this. Villagers are going to shift away, but farms are idled out. He's not able to kill the army straight away, so out time will continue. Behind this, Anno, look at the wood being stockpiled up. He's ready to just add in about another 20 farms. At that stage, the pump is going to be non-stop from the Ayyubids. I feel like this was a bit of a blunder by Ruland. I mean, a missed opportunity here just to reach 200 pop and block that sort of raid through. At that stage, you would have had extra food still pumping in. He would have had enough for them reaching to Imperial Age from a confident position, but instead now he's kept here longer. And this ambitious attempt to get a keep up is in trouble. What? He doesn't know. He's about to discover, though, the hard way. Anno, no way he lets this happen, right? Horsemen are going to stab in. They are trickling out. The keep is being built up for the time being, but Ruland, the front line is falling. I mean, there's no way. There is absolutely no way you get this up. Right? Last night down. Second wave on the way, but maybe too late. Villagers are being sniped. And that is going to be a pull away. Ruland, I think you have to cancel it. Second wave of Horsemen is coming in. Maybe not. Wrap around by the Horseman, goes off the Springal. We'll be able to snipe it out, but he's going to lose the cavalry for it. But that should open the way for a Mango if only Ruland had it right now. Even with the Mamluk's bravery, it's not enough damage. Anno has to back away. Good hold there. Ruland able to recover it, goes back for the castle down the center. Now he's consolidating himself, right? All the flanks are protected. Anatan does at least have the 8k gold to work with, but he no longer has flank maneuverability here to hit the eco. He's going to have to fight down the center. Nano now rushing up a keep that seems a lot more doable here in one go. Army, in the meantime, is going to trade out. Archer Mass is going to remain for Ruland, so it does mean that he'll be able to win this fight, as it's now crossbows versus mass archers. The Horsemen, although they'll be able to kill 1-2 villages, the defenses are going up. However, there's still a lot of exposed territory here for Anatan. He hasn't walled himself in entirely, right? So these Horseman raids can start to hit the flanks. Little bit surprised we still do not have A, Military Academy, or B, Boys Fortitude for a guy who wants to mass Horsemen. I think this might be the Ruland from a while ago, but you can tell he's been AFK for a bit, because I'd say that this mid-game for me has been less than ideal. I really love the way Ruland opened this game. I actually think he was fantastic in the first 20 minutes. The last 10 minutes has looked quite shaky, though. That being said, his macro game is undeniable, right? 3,000 food a minute. 55 farms. Other side, this Anno, I don't think he's added in that many. Okay, apparently it's 47. It just doesn't feel like it. A lot of them actually need to still be rebuilt. They are coming up now on the south side, but for me, Anno needs to kind of just survive what's coming. If he can reach the hyper late game, I actually think that this is one of the civs that can contest the Rus. Streltsy are really strong, but you have to remember that the Mamluk's bravery just gives you an insta-buff, while the Streltsy have to stand still for ages. On top of that, you can get siege cheaper, so for anyone who thinks this is dominated by Rus having cheap siege, it's just not true. They do have the extra banded arms range, yes, but it's minimal, and Culverin trades can be a decent solution to that. Usually the big difference that gives Rus the edge is the fact they pay 25% less for siege, but the funny thing with Ayyubids is they get that as a tier in their golden ages. 20% instead of 25, but considering it doesn't require a landmark to build, it's not a bad deal. Horseman rather, riding in. Yeah, walls need to go up fast. So the issue that you now have, if you're Anatan, is your opponent's eco is at a stage that he can keep flooding horsemen like this to eventually kill you. So it's critical that Anno now gets a full wall up, otherwise it's never going to stop. Now, Ruland on his way up. High Armory is going to be built. Golden Age 4 is online. So actually good timing, right? I just mentioned the High Armory effect. You can kind of mirror this. But to mirror it truly, you do need to start Imp right now, or you're going to be a mile behind. Adabegs could actually be a really good recovery point, especially with mass gunpowder units. So I hope we're going to be seeing that. I don't really know if I'd want to see military wing reinforcement. In theory, it's good up against mass horsemen, but it just feels kind of like you're wasting an opportunity here compared to Adabegs. Oh man, dude, the raids, it's just getting kind of worrisome. It's chip damage, but chip damage is how you just chip away the big boy in the playground, right? It's not about killing in one blow. It's all about just death by 1,000 cuts. And right now, Ruland is ticking that box. High Armory complete. Boy's Fortitude now on the way. You can see he's already queued up the elite status for the Horseman. And now we reach a really sticky point in the game for Anno. He has at least started the tech up. He's now 2 minutes away. And it is indeed going to be the military ring reinforcement. I feel like the reinforcement wing is being chosen more out of desperation than option here. He needs every troop he can get together to defend right now because he knows what he's about to be up against. Horseman going in. Oh, dude, this is just unhinged now. I can't believe how this game began and how it's going now. I feel like the raids are not being addressed. Like, he's got troops in place to eventually kill them, but gradually it's idle eco, it's villages being lost, and it's never ending, right? And the funny part is Ruland is still stockpiling over 3,000 food while doing this. Anno, just one villager building up this wall. The classic Anno strat. Elite status now in. All of a sudden, your villagers don't even feel safe up against horsemen. Moves in onto the farmlands again. Behind this, I imagine we're going to be getting the switch up into Streltsy. In fact, it's already underway. The first 4 have come out. Siege Workshop's already being built to make sure they're not threatened by any Manjaniques. Even infantry now walking into the back line. I mean, Anno's not going to die straight away, by the way, folks. I want to highlight, like, Anno has an opportunity to try and pull back for, like, 4 or 5 minutes. Then he's going to die. It sounds a bit cruel to put it like that. Like, why don't I believe in Anno, Chad? Why can he not do this? It's just, it's a matter of, like, the state of the game, right? Like, this wall comes way too late. The eco is so big, and Ayyubids at the hyper late game, when you choose Desert Raiders, don't really have any big eco advantage here, right? I mean, plus side is at least he's got camel units attacking faster, so that with the Desert Raiders makes a little bit more sense. But against mass Streltsy, when you have no raid options on the flanks, that's where it begins to look ugly. Ruland. What the... 42 militia! Okay, I think Ruland is a returning player. He looks like he just discovered the button. He's like, oh, wait, what does this do? So the militia, he just spent... Bloody hell, actually. He just spent, what was that? Was that 800 and... Not 840, sorry. It's 20 per ticket, right? You get 2 per. So 420 food to burn a piece of wall and die. Oh my god. Anno, could he do this? He has got the hand cannoneers coming out. We did mention this, the Mamluk's Bravery, that's without gunpowder, by the way. He gets +9 damage without gunpowder. He has only got level 2 ranged armor, but that doesn't affect gun at all, right? So, like, with this tech, you actually do, Mamluk's Bravery, you do actually destroy Streltsy if you snowball. So Anatan will get a chance, a shot at this, but remember, this is one shot, one opportunity. The gold is now gone. Everything has been drained for this push. All Ruland needs to do is survive it. Not a good start. Bombards. Ooh, terrible trade out to start off here for Ruland. Want to back up. Castle is going to be exposed. Hand cannoneers begin to dive, though. They're trying to get on top of the siege. Opportunity to take it out here now that gunpowder is complete. Castle down to half HP. Ruland needs to get more troops out ASAP. Right now, Anatan is swelling up. 25 hand cannoneers in the center and unanswered. Ruland, he needs to get the wood sword. 1 or 2 mangonels could just break this game right now. Instead, it's the castle that's being broken. Second wave now coming in. It's the 3 Desert Raiders. Elite it up and ready to yeet you out. Horseman is not going to be the solution now for Ruland. No way. No. There's no way you should be losing this game right now. Anno has no gold. He has no trade. He has no longevity in this game right now. But he's finding a way. Anno, Miracle Maker, is making it happen. Ruland in retreat. 23 military. He's in trouble. Desert Raiders are going to get cut down by the Streltsy, but those are just 3 units. The premium behind this is doing what it needs to. Bombards moving for the siege workshops. High armory on the front line is not going to last long, and Anatan is swelling up at a critical point here. Elite Spearman on the way. He has everything he needs. Desert Raiders to support against the Horseman raids. He's got the hand cannoneers up against the Streltsy, which win with chemistry plus the Mamluk's Bravery. This is impossible if Ruland cannot get siege. And now with double cover, and I don't see how you do. Oh my dear God. What? I mean, this is experience showing off right now. If Ruland was an active player before, they've been missing from the game. And they're getting punished for it. Anno moves in, shuts down more of the siege workshops. Hand cannoneers stand their ground. Streltsy are about to get the static redeployment, but at that stage, you just move away. And they lose it again. Culverin's even capable of sniping down these Streltsy, by the way. I mean, the Bombards could assist. These Streltsy could easily just die to siege. And reform the lines and back up temporarily, though. Anno, of course, is trying to take this steady, right? Because he's setting up trade behind this, so he doesn't need to overinvest and lose the entire army. He just needs to make room for trade to go online, and then he can keep pumping these gold units as well. Spearmen are on the way. Streltsy mass is getting big, though. 23 of them. Hand cannoneers are getting cut down as well. So Ruland all of a sudden finds a breathing moment. Does get up to 35 Streltsy here. I don't think this push lasts. Like, this is the problem, right? Like, you know, he's got 25 on the front line here. Spearmen do arrive. You get pushed back again. Reminder, folks, like, although Anatan may not be winning the game right now, he's the only one setting up for trade. And Ruland may be playing the ruse. He may have hunting cabins spammed everywhere, but even that doesn't compare to trade cross-map. 68 gold per trip coming in for Anatan. I don't know, man. I'm starting to worry that Anno's done this. Like, right now, the horseman count isn't raiding, right? Like, it's barely double digits. It's not even double digits right now. It's just all about mass Streltsy. The problem with the mass Streltsy plan is it works if there's no extra eco behind this, if Anatan is drying up. And although he temporarily has to go to Spearman plus Horseman, the fact that there's no Springolds means Manjaniques can just hold this on their own. And if they buy 2 or 3 minutes here, that's all they need. 3 minutes time, trade's going to be up to 20 plus. In fact, it's already at 15. And no, Ruland doesn't have his full wall. He's messed up here with the millers. But at that stage, you don't even have to go that wide, right? With bombards, just break this close by wall and then raid round the flank. You don't have to go that wide. Going that wide is a risk because if you send 20 horsemen on the flank, it means you've got 20 less to defend your base. I actually think Ruland's over-ecoed here. 150 is not good anymore. Usually you go 150, 160 when you're playing mass cav because you just keep stabbing your opponent's eco and building a lead. And you need the extra food, right? But when you're mass Streltsy like this, having only 50 population to put into army doesn't give you much of a front line. And if you ever lose these Streltsy, good luck replacing them, right? Like, I mean, the cost aside, the production time is really what kills you here. Even if you have 10 of these archery ranges, it takes 26 seconds to get each Streltsy out. Horseman, meanwhile, did break through the wall. Uh-oh. Ruland looks to dodge it out. And Anno now breaking up with the troops, just looking for raid targets here. It won't be something that will instantly kill the game, right? Like, there's reserves of 4K building for Ruland, but it's still eco damage to chip him back. I mean, in some ways, he's actually doing Ruland a favor. Because as I highlighted, Ruland has way too much economy. Trade count. Now up to, like, what, 20? Yeah, 20 in total. That means the hand cannon account's going to recover. In the meantime, the Manjaniques are there. I'm baffled by the fact that Ruland doesn't have Springolds. I mean, like, I don't know what he thinks is going to occur here. He's trying to run into a base against Mangonels. You've got Horsemen, sure, but you've got Horsemen against Abbasid spears, basically. Oh, man. Speaking of which, spears are going to be in position quick enough here. Wait. Wait. Oh, no, that click. There's no way Horsemen ride in here. I mean, they could, but they'll die. The Manjaniques, though, from the side. Just to pull away. A few Horsemen will break through into the back of this. They are going to find the trade, but the Spearmen, quick to pursue this, means you can't hang around. The Desert Raiders are also going to be able to shut this down. Meanwhile, the Manjaniques may have overextended Horsemen. Come around on the flank. But he's hitting the wrong thing. He goes for the bombard instead. Manjanique needs to get some more shots out, but unable to. Streltsy do pounce on it. No siege armor coming in. However, look at this Streltsy count. Down to 10. And now he builds Springolds. Are you kidding me? You can't be serious right now. Horseman raid has still been going on this entire time. They've massacred 30 villagers. Oh my god. Wait, was that a delete of villages? Or was it massacre? I feel like several villages went down here at least. Maybe delete some villages as well. You might be right about that. But either way, like, I don't like the way that Ruland's approached this. I mean, you can put credit on Anatan for the way he held on, but the last few minutes of gameplay have been all about Ruland's mistakes. Choosing to push towards a walled-off area up against Mangos, not having siege, throwing the Streltsy away, and then choosing Springolds after Mangonels don't matter anymore. And now, after that reset, with the amount of gold your opponent has, guess what? He can mirror your gunpowder count. And we already highlighted that he will exceed it. Ruland, massing more horsemen. That opening does still exist, but the Spearmen, if they just reform in this area, shouldn't be able to get many through. In fact, wait, no, come on! Well, Anno's about to help him by killing the Streltsy. They have been let free. God, they should have been through so much quicker, though. On the other side of this, the leak free continues. Springolds being thrown away for free. Horsemen do get in, but there's barely any of them here. I cannot believe that. That one Streltsy griefed the move. And you won't get that move again. Anatan going for the rewall now. Stonewall's on the way. And now that things have gotten more orderly for him, I think this is going to be the point of no return for Ruland. I actually can't believe this. The lead he built, the position he found himself in, but the reluctance to stop Smeagling, to be at 150 eco, to get a better front line here, has cost him everything in this game. After a dominant early game from him, early mid-game transition into the way that he handled the opening into Imperial here, to then end like this. Anatan just built Diff one step ahead of the competition. And now, he stands on the precipice of victory. Mass Horsemen and Spears, not many hand cannoneers added in right now. Streltsy has remassed up to 28, so maybe an opportunity for Ruland to hold on. The problem is you no longer have a front line. And you die fast, boy. 15 Streltsy. And de-escalating. Wave after wave of Spearmen coming. The only downside, the only negative I'd have to criticize Anatan for right now is no Ford Raxes. If he had that, this would already be over. Might already anyway. 70 to 38 military. Yes, Ruland does have the quality layered in there, but with his hand cannoneers now just trickling in, and the fact that they are just glowing with the Mamluk's bravery, the fight becomes unfair for Ruland. Yeah, this is a tough matchup at this stage, actually, for the Rus. I mean, now that you've lost the gold advantage, right? When you had that, it seemed really cut and dry, but when you just turn it into mass guns on each side and horsemen versus spears, it's a win for the Ayubids because of the phalanx. Those spears are just super effective at attacking anything, whether it's going after horsemen or going after Streltsy. Gremlins pulled again. Shame he didn't have many of these tickets stockpiled somewhere for some reason. No, I feel like at this point in the game, there probably should have been like, what, 40 tickets stockpiled? I don't know where they went. Finally, I don't know. Maybe there's like a certain moment in the game that I'm erasing from my brain because it hurts to remember. I think Ruland will want to erase this one from his match history, though. Raids in on the farms again. Villagers trying for a desperation keep, but that's never going up. And now we are going to see Anatan taking the eco lead. Ooh-wee. So a good question coming in. What's a good front line for the Rus here? Spears. He's doing it too late, though. The Horseman only makes sense if you're going to raid afterwards, but you can't raid anymore. You're up against mass Spears and Horsemen, so you might as well go Spears so you can kill one of their units and mirror out the other one. Sure, Phalanx Spears are better, but it still is all just about keeping the backline alive, right? It's also more cost efficient. The issue I think Ruland had in this game is his racks are further back, right? It's not like he's got all of his racks on the front side, so compared to the choice to go Horsemen, they wouldn't have arrived as quickly. I think like this game could have ended one way or the other very aggressively if either side set up more full production. Even with Anatan not doing that, though, this lead is getting undeniable. Ruland has been drained dry, down to just 200 food in reserve, not much wood to work with, and not much time left in this game. What is it with Anatan and hour-long games on Gorge? I swear, he has them more often than most. He rarely looks weak when he gets there, though. I feel like, actually, if the players who play Ayyubids, he also finds himself in the late game more than most players as well. It's kind of wild to think about there. But now that we're diving deep into the production, this is where the trickle of troops just starts dying, right? Military is down to 25. Anatan is getting a little bit weak as well. Funnily enough, he's actively queuing up Desert Raiders, which is a little bit surprising here, but I think it is just about actively shutting down the Horsemen and going after the eco now. Streltsy count is on his last stand. Only 10 remaining. Hand Cannoneer count now up at 30 in total, 20 of which are in this fight. The double Manjanique to force the GG. Ruland, like, let's call a spade, buddy. And right now, that spade is used to dig 6 feet deep to bury you for good. Horsemen are going to raid around the side, but quadruple Manjanique, a 5th one on the way as well. This is the GG end condition. Streltsy are never going to mass again, and he is never going to return. Anatan gets the win in what is an insane back-and-forth game, but the questions will be asked. Did Ruland throw this, or did Anatan catch it? Either way, it's a win for the Anachad.